Today was one of those days that was very reminiscent of when I first started to trade. So I had two trades, one loss, one win, but it's how I manage those trades is going to be the topic of this video and what I could have done different to just, not end the day green, but with end the day less red. So looking at the calendar here for the week, I had my tilt day last Thursday. I managed to get over it and still end the week green up $81. Coming into today, I was still hesitant. Markets were still, we had that slide on Friday. And, I just didn't know what you couldn't really tell what was the price action was gonna look like until we got into market open here. So basically, I'm ending the day down $336. I had one win, one loss. I could have ended the day probably down $150. So as I get into the trades and talk about the poor management choices I made and how I micromanaged the trades and I just got greedy and how it cost me, I'll get into that a little more as we get into the trades. But coming into the desk in the morning, we had this price action last week. It was, fairly bullish. Trend was there. Everything looked good. We had this slide on Friday going into the close. And then we had a gap down, and basically we had this push back up into Sunday into the overnight during the Super Bowl, basically. Price gets above its New York, the previous day VWAP. We get a push higher here. So I'm leaning long until we can get below this 60.51 level, somewhere around there. I'm going to be leaning long. It's the point of control. And we've been trading above it through the overnight session. So I was on stream this morning, ASFX TV. So, I'm still trying to understand how these guys, Heaven and Austin and James, manage to trade and stream and talk and answer comments at the same time. It's something else. But so I originally was going to look at taking a long after the 15-minute opening range set in. NQ looked very bullish. ES looked very bearish. But as soon as we got above this New York VWAP, we held its previous day VWAP. I looked for price to push higher. I missed this move, so you know what? I wasn't going to chase and I didn't get in. So I patiently waited. We had a bit of a pullback to the opening range high here. We had this bullish candle off it. Break the high day VWAP. I decide to get in here. There's orders at 6,100 that I'm seeing on Bookmap. Strong block of orders, and that's kind of my target and where I'm planning on going. As the orders here get filled at 95, I should have paid attention because 95 was, there was a set of equal highs from Friday. So basically it swept those highs and then price pulled down. So not taking profits here kind of put me in a bit of an emotional spot. Price came back. I originally had my stop set here below the New York VWAP. Now I didn't want to be wrong, and I was still so bullish and long biased that I made the foolish mistake of moving my stop down another 5 points, thinking we got the previous day's VWAP here. We can, if we don't hold this level, we'll hold this level and price will go higher. But not even thinking I should have made it a bigger stop if I'm going to move it 5 points. Why not 7 points? Like, why move it so close below the previous day VWAP? Price comes down, I get stopped out. Instead of taking a $250 loss, I'm down $405 now on the day. So now I'm not happy. I'm pissed. I'm looking for a re-entry. I take a minute to come across and think about things, and now I'm in a chat with James and Thomas, and we're talking about trades, and everybody in the group is kind of looking at this bounce of the previous day VWAP. They're getting in there. I wait till we get some sort of bullish confirmation, because I don't know if this is just going to be a higher low on the way down. Anyways, we get back up into here. I decide to get long. We come and take the New York VWAP and high day VWAP. I decide to add more in. This is where I can say, being trading for a year, some of my discipline and stuff shows, because I went long 2 micros versus my actual size of 5, thinking, you know what, I took that loss, that big loss for the day. I got a size down now. I can't afford taking another full loss like that. So I add back in here, which I very rarely do, but we have confirmation that this thing is, price just wants to come higher. And what I should have done, I should have looked to take some off here now, once we made a new high a day. Instead, with that loss in the back of my head, that $400, if I had 6,100, I would have got the loss back, basically. So I'm holding on for that 6,100 again. Now here, we failed to take this level. On the third time, we failed to take these orders at, I believe it was 90, 92. I should have gotten out. I should have took my profits. I would have been, you know, I would have cut my loss in half and I would have been okay with it and moved on. Instead, I held on. And by the time I reach about 12:30, I have this thing where I know MOC is coming at 12:50, and I've held on this long that I'm just going to take the risk and play the action. I did that. I end up closing the trade here. I'm up $70. So I was in this trade for 3 hours. It was mentally exhausting. I'm still feeling actually mentally exhausted about it, and it's kind of still like bugging me a little bit. So after I'm done this video, I'm just going to take some time with the family and let it go. But that's basically a rundown of my day. I made $70 on that trade, but minus that from the 405, I'm still down 335 on the day. So it's a sizable loss in my opinion for one winning trade, one loss and one winning trade. I think that's a sizable loss. I should have cut that in half for sure. I was wrong, and I made some poor management decisions today. And tomorrow's a new day. I'll get back on the horse and I'll get right back at her. So click that subscribe button, follow along, and yeah, I'm done. I'm tired. I want to get off the charts. So enjoy your evening, and yeah, peace.